We have seen 10 great MMA bouts. But playtime is over. This is the main event of the evening. 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action for the CCFC Middleweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, fighting out of the Centra CBD blue corner. He hails from Bakersfield, California. He represents One Nation MMA. He weighed in at 185 pounds even. He holds a mixed martial arts record, 3 big wins, only 1 defeat. Pedro Trujillo. His opponent, across the cage in the never scared red corner, makes his home in San Jose, California. He represents Dark Horse Gym. He weighed in at 184 pounds even. He is the current, reigning, defending CCFC Middleweight Champion, Joseph Cutthroat Thurrott. Referee Kane Vandal to give instructions in our main event.
Protect yourselves at all times, follow my instructions. Sound of the bell, come out ready to bang, touch gloves, return to your corners.
Don't want to miss this one. You can tell just from the stare down, this is going to be a high-paced fight. These guys look ready to go at it.
Here we go, main event of the evening. And Joseph Cutthroat Thurrott. And guess what? He is a monster. And he's taking on Pedro Trujillo, 3-1 out of One Nation MMA. My buddy Gil Medina is his coach.
Pedro landed a big right hand there.
Big knee, too, from Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro's dangerous.
He grabbed that leg, but he followed it up with a big knee to the midsection.
They exchanged knees to the body there.
Big height advantage for Thurrott.
I mean, he's giant.
Yeah, for 185er. It's huge. All that hangs in the balance is just the middleweight title.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, Daniel was saying before this event that this is most likely going to be the fight of the night.
Red trunks. Yeah, absolutely. Red trunks belong to Cutthroat Thurrott and the challenger Pedro Trujillo in the Vale Tudo style shorts, the white with the black trim. And like you said, this should be fight of the night. And it is the main event, so that's the way we like to see it.
Joe's doing a good job of pressuring here. He ate a couple shots earlier in the round. He's doing a good job to kind of calm things down and take it to him a bit.
Know both of their coaches very well. David Velasquez at Dark Horse, a very good coach, UFC vet. And, of course, Gil Medina out of One Nation MMA and out in Bakersfield. And both these guys are really good guys and really good coaches, both really good camps. So you know these fighters are going to be great.
Yeah, Joseph will talk about how his head coach is basically his second dad. So they have a really good bond over there at Dark Horse. Big knees to the body by Pedro. But again, just relentless pressure by Joe.
Yeah, and height brings leverage and strength, and he's using that to his advantage right now. It's not just reach. When you have a lot of height on your opponent, you can use a lot of leverage and strength against them.
Yeah, and you can see Pedro try to shuck him a little bit to get that leverage.
He's going to pommel right away with this right arm is Joseph. And down they go, and he ends up in the full mount.
In full mount there.
The champ is on top, and he is going to rain blows down, immediately giving up his back. He wanted no part of that ground and pound, and he may have just given up his neck, Will.
Can't see it from here, but that looks pretty bad.
It's real deep. It's real deep. He lets him go.
Goes right back to his back.
Popped out for a second, took a shot. It looks like Joseph wants to ground and pound him. I don't know what happened there. He tried to spin around that arm, kind of hooked the leg there.
Yeah, Pedro took advantage of it there. Now he's back up on his feet. And now it's Pedro with the pressure on the fence. This corner is calling for those knees, and there it is.
It's a long way up to that midsection, Joseph Thurrott. Just about 7 seconds remain in this opening round. And there's a big knee, and they give each other a little love on the way out. A little chest match there.
Yeah.
Joseph had the most explosive moment in that round when he landed all that ground and pound, looked for the back, almost achieved a rear naked.
Yeah, I think Pedro started the round really strong, landed a couple shots, but Joe did a good job of kind of slowing things down, getting the pressure up against the fence, and then he really took advantage of that takedown attempt. Ended up in mount, landed big shots, almost got the finish with a choke. Yeah, good round.
Good round for both guys, but definitely Joseph picked up that round, I got to believe, with the dominance there in the middle of that round.
He was definitely the closest to finishing the fight. That's got to wait for something.
Kane Vandal looks into both corners. Very good referee here for Camo.
Pedro's wearing it there under his left eye. Made some big shots at mount.
Can't really see the face of Cutthroat from here. See if he took any damage from some of those shots. It looks like maybe under his right eye. I'm not going to see it from this angle. Yeah, it looks like there's some damage under his right eye.
Good first round. No feeling out process. I guess with 3 minutes, you can't afford one.
Yeah, when the title's on the line, main event, your adrenaline's pumping, the crowd's going crazy.
Here we go, round 2.
Here we go, round 2. Yeah, they come out swinging.
Big outside leg kick to open the round by Pedro, but Joe's letting the hands
go.
go.
Big right hand from Pedro Trujillo.
Pedro's knees in the clinch are really, really good.
I don't know why Pedro doesn't stick to the shots. I mean, he landed a big punch, and then he landed a couple knees, and I get that some of those knees are coming from the clinch, but while you're winning on your feet, you might as well stay up there as long as Joseph wants to. This clinch hasn't worked for him as of yet.
No, and now it's Joe back on the pressure against the fence.
And that's that height, that leverage, and if I'm Pedro's coach, I'm saying back up and throw more shots. And you can hear Gil Medina saying, get out of it. He wants to create separation, and that's exactly what I'd be telling my fighter right now.
Yeah, and it's one thing to say it, right, but it's really hard when someone like Joe's on you.
Yeah, when you got the middleweight champ shoving you up against the fence, all 7 foot of him.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of control time for Joe here.
And you hear Coach Gil Medina saying all he's doing is pushing you up against the fence. That is not for the benefit of his fighter. That's for the benefit of the judges. He's saying, hey, he's not doing anything. And these coaches are really good at sliding in insults to make the judges hear them. And Alan Chang is only about 8 feet away from Gil Medina, so that was definitely who that was directed at. Got to learn the secrets, the tricks.
Do everything you can.
Yes.
Heavy pressure here by Joe. You got good head position. Pedro's trying to create space for that knee. There it is. Keep trying to get that underhook.
Crowd getting restless, and I'm getting tired. 2 days of commentating. Sorry, Will, I didn't mean to yawn on your broadcast.
Nice little uppercut attempt there by Pedro. He does a good job of creating space to land his shot, but as soon as he throws his shot, Joe's back on him.
But I don't know that Joe's working enough.
Yeah,
he's not really doing anything with it.
And like you said, if damage is the #1 criteria, he hasn't landed much this round since they clinched.
Now, if I'm Pedro, I'm pushing off.
Yeah, separate.
Create separation.
Ooh, nice
stay there. Nice jab from Pedro. Nice 2-punch combination. This time, though, Joe clinched him up. So,
yeah, Pedro, he does a good job when he does create space. And you could tell that Joe didn't like that space that time. But here he is fighting off Joe, back against the fence. Joe did a nice job there to break the grip. He threw the knee in. Broke the grip, now he's got the underhook. Pedro's trying to get that underhook with his left arm.
And now, though, Joe is throwing shots inside. And I like Joe Thurrott a lot. I just wanted to see him get more busy, and he was there. And I like that. And hopefully when he gets into his corner, David Velasquez will tell him, hey, you got to get more active. It's nice that you have control. It's nice that you have him up against the fence. But I want to see you do some more things and create more excitement in the judge's eyes.
Well, the excitement's what you remember, right, when you go to score it. So watching that round, the excitement or the thing that's the last impression is those moments of separation where Pedro was able to let his hands go.
And Velasquez yelling at him, and that might be what he's saying to him right now. David Velasquez is double tough. I had a half broken leg after our fight to prove it. Really, really like that guy, man. And I know that his heart is into all of his fighters. He's very passionate. You can see it in the corner right now.
Yeah, like I said, they have a really good connection, the two of them.
And that's the thing, man. Like, you see people talk about Jim West and Aspen Ladd and what happened in their corner. And I know Jim West and Aspen Ladd very well. And they have a close connection. So when they're yelling at each other, it's a bit different. He's not being abusive. He knows her. He knows what gets. And we saw before in the fight before where he did it, and she went out and got the finish.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, David Velasquez knows very well what gets his fighter motivated.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see what Joseph does here in this.
And there's a little show of respect for round 3.
And right back at it.
Yeah, and there is a mouse under, it looks like both eyes of Pedro Trujillo. And we have a mouse under the right eye of Joe Thurrott.
Yeah, Joe's trying to let the hands go here. He had a couple heavy leg kicks there.
Went high, got caught a left there.
Yeah, that left hook from Pedro's pretty good once he steps in with it.
Joe's landed 2 rights now in the last few seconds here.
Ooh, that left hook to the body.
That was that Street Fighter uppercut that Pedro Trujillo just threw that barely missed.
Nice front kick to the body there by Joe.
Shoryuken. And Joe looks for a double. And doing a good job of stuffing that is Pedro Trujillo. The challenger, although almost for a second there, Cutthroat had him up.
Yeah, almost had it. It's tough in this third round where guys are slick there. You can see he had the grip, but once he tried to lift, it just kind of slipped up.
And now Thurrott throwing some foot stomps.
Old school
Marco Huas. I'd like to see Joe throw some punches here as well. He's mixing in some knees. Those foot stomps are no joke. Breaking those small bones in your feet.
Ooh, nasty knee to the body there by Joe. Joe's doing a good job of framing off so he can't get those knees off.
Yeah, I mean, he took a couple of those early on. And now down goes Joe.
Big lift there by Pedro.
Joe's going to try to jump right back up. Nope, no hooks in. 1 hook in for Pedro Trujillo. Short time, so 3-minute rounds. And this is round number 3. So this is a huge, huge moment for Pedro Trujillo if he can leave the fight like this.
Yeah, Joe's doing a good job. He had 2-on-1 for a bit, but that kind of opened up the ground and pound for Pedro.
Pedro lets him back up.
He might try to drag him back down right here.
That'll pop the crowd. Trying to use just body weight to make him fall back down.
Yeah.
Probably won't work against a Joe Thurrott. You're going to have to do something. And now he's going to try to pick him up again, and he does.
Wow.
Takes him for a ride again.
Pedro's trying to pound away here.
Really trying to put a seal on this last round because really it's in question up to this point.
Yeah.
So if you can really pull out this third round, that might be what you needed.
Yeah, it's been close for sure.
And the crowd is getting chippy again.
Yeah, they're into it.
Daniel Compton's Central Coast Fighting Championships is wild. They're wilding out in Santa Cruz.
And Joe gets a takedown of his own. But right back up, Pedro.
Big for Joe Thurrott. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Look at this, though. Joe ends up on the back. Underneath the chin again, but immediately hand fighting is Pedro Trujillo. No time left. But all that sealing that he did, now Joe Thurrott ends up on the back.
Yeah, Pedro tried to hit the head and arm throw, and sometimes you end up on bottom.
He did a good job holding on to the hand of the champ so he didn't get shots taken toward the end, which is another thing that would have been left in the minds of the judges. So good on Pedro Trujillo there for minimizing the damage at the end of that round. Very close fight.
Yeah, very close fight. Both guys fought hard. Both had success.
The old adage is you have to beat the champ. And if that is the case, and we're still living by that adage, Joe Thurrott should still be the champ at this point because it was a very close fight. That being said, I still think Joe Thurrott won the fight, but some very shining moments in round number 3 for Pedro Trujillo.
Yeah, I would say that I think Joe probably took it. But like you said, Pedro had some really good success of his own. He showed something really, like his attacks in the clinch to create space, land uppercuts, land knees to the body. Those were nasty.
Absolutely. And again, it's in question. Let's find out.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, Jim Cooley, the voice of champions. I'd like to thank Will Fredrickson for joining me here tonight. Check out Story of the Fight podcast. Go to Voice of Champions at Instagram. Guys, I hope you had a great time. Stick around for this announcement, and we'll see you at the next Daniel Compton's Central Coast Fighting Championship. Thanks, Will.
Thanks, Jim. Good main event there. Good show of respect between the two of them. That was a dogfight. That's a tough fight. Both guys went to deep waters there in that third round. Both guys really pushed the pace. We got Joe here in the cage now for the official announcement. Middleweight title. Good show of respect.
All right. First of all, put your hands together for every fighter that competed here tonight at Daniel Compton's Central Coast Fighting Championships. And then put your hands together for the two men that just competed in the main event. That was a hell of a fight. After 3 championship caliber rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge 1 scores this bout 29-28 Trujillo. Judge 2 scores this bout 29-28 Cutthroat. Judge 3 scores this bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision. And still, CCFC middleweight champion, Joseph Cutthroat Thurrott. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Daniel Compton, Antonio Jimenez, and the team here at Daniel Compton's Central Coast Fighting Championships, thanks for coming out. Right now, though, I want to talk to the champ. Cutthroat, that was a close one, buddy.
Hey, yeah. Shout out to Pedro, baby. That was a good scrap, youngster. Keep it going. He's going to achieve great things. All right? And I want to thank everybody that showed up, man. And we sold over 118 tickets to this fight. I appreciate each and every one of you that showed up. A couple of my sponsors, Condor Security of America, GFY Gear, baby. Let's go. Dark Horse Gym, you know what it is. Hey, we just started up a donation-based monthly called Vision Quest for the youngsters in San Jose. Keep them off the streets. You probably heard the same spiel earlier, but let's go, baby. I think my coach wants something to say, too.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, supporting Joe. I'd like to thank the Dark Horse team. It's one of his striking coaches, his training partner.
Show up, baby.